Sean, I think you may have brought a topic for me to argue. What do you got, big guy?
I would like you to argue that Shrek is better than Citizen Kane.
Okay. All right. Done. Now, speaking as someone who has seen Shrek 3 times and Citizen Kane 0 times, I think that speaks for itself. I've seen a lot of good films and never has Citizen Kane brought me in. From what I understand, it's about an old man and a sled, which I believe is also half of the Christmas films.
Yep.
Yeah. Is Citizen Kane a Christmas film?
Every film's a Christmas film.
Every film's a Christmas film. That's true. That is very true. Because you have that white stuff.
I love being white so much.
Oh, I thought she was accusing you of doing a lot of cocaine.
Yes, that was it. Yes.
All right, fair enough. Or snow. She could have been saying snow.
Snow. Yes.
Snow. There's Shrek is a perfect film. It's got
Shrek is a perfect film.
A perfect film.
Okay. Can you just name 3 of the ways that it's perfect? Just 3.
5. I want 5.
Character development. Excellent character arc for Shrek.
Sure.
Okay, what is the arc? Please tell me. Please tell me how his arc is greater than Charles Foster Kane's arc.
He goes from 0 to hero. Classic arc. So good they sang about it in the Hercules film.
4 years before Shrek was released.
It's Pro. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
That's the same production company and stuff, or Disney,
absolutely.
Or I think
they're throwing a no-hitter. They're a perfect company. Do not look into any of the views of Walt Disney. There's it's pro interracial relationships because they have a donkey marry a dragon.
Oh yeah,
very progressive. Also excellent body beauty standards where instead of him turning human, she turns into an ogre and they're in love with each other, right? That's positive. That's good. They have a gingerbread man who withstands torture, which shows strength of spirit among even the weakest among us.
Citizen Kane has that, though, to be fair.
I would actually like Sean to tell us about Citizen Kane and then also argue for it because I also haven't seen it.
Okay.
And so because I'm also very cultured, but I will let Chris finish.
No.
Okay.
Let's hear from Sean. What do we got?
The greatest film ever made, about the life and times of a media tycoon in America in the early 20th century. Redefined filmmaking. Redefined what Hollywood could do. Cinema as an art form. It's about an old man and his sled. And the sled is voiced by Martin Lawrence, the original Eddie Murphy. And
is the sled wearing a dress?
The sled doesn't wear a dress.
No.
It's not, it was a different time for Evelyn.
Yep. Yes.
The trans debate had not entered the sled arena in 1941. It's just one of the all-time great films. It doesn't have Smash Mouth All-Star. What's that song? All-Star by Smash Mouth?
That's a point. That's a point against immediately. Name one song off the Citizen Kane soundtrack.
And that is probably the only slight against this film, is that it doesn't have that. Though when my cut reaches audiences, that song is not just in it, but frankly, it waterboards the entire film.
Will it be playing like in a small? Will it be like inserted, like just at the left bottom or something?
Yeah,
and the video's just playing.
I'm just going to play the music. It's not even the song is in the background. It's literally you're watching it, and in the bottom right, it's you get to also watch the video for All Star by Smash Mouth again and again and again.
I really like
color.
That. Yeah.
So people always say that Wells redefined film with Citizen Kane, right? But it was so early in film that if anything could have redefined film back then. That's no excuse. That's arguing that Babe Ruth is the best baseball player of all time when he played before black people played.
What the fuck is Babe Ruth or baseball?
It's a candy bar.
This is an international show. We're incorporating it, and I know no cricket references. So
you never will, mate.
I never will. I'll watch Citizen Kane before I watch cricket. It was at such a low bar back then that to redefine it is basically meaningless. Whereas Shrek embodied what it means to be a success for a generation when all these Titanic had already been made, Gladiator had been made, Lethal Weapons 1, 2, and 3 had been made. There was a whole oeuvre to draw off.
I would actually like to know, Sean, what were some of the, like, because I'm such a Philistine, what were some of the things that it redefined, or like the Orson Welles? Like, also an anecdote, I heard that Orson Welles, on the first day of filming, he would always fire somebody from set to like assert his dominance. You know, kind of toxic, but okay. But yeah.
But that might have been a plant. He might have just fired the same person on every, maybe it was like his wife.
I just want to let people watching this and listening to this know that Chris literally did that as well at the beginning of this. We got onto the Zoom to like get ready to do this recording, and then he fired like some intern. It was like, "You're out of here."
Ramesh was supposed to be on, and I fired him right before the show. I was like, "Get out of here."
I was really impressed by that.
He fired him, and you know what? It was for bad reasons that he fired him.
Stop having kids.
So many kids.
I think with Citizen Kane, it's basically the idea that there's one tracking shot that's really famous where they go up through a theater. The whole idea that it was kind of non-linear storytelling.
Kurosawa did that. Not interested.
Oh.
Well, this is also true.
Asia did it better yet again.
Another reference I don't get, but I appreciate it because it's Asian.
Yeah.
Okay, I can't pretend that Citizen Kane is Asian.
How many vaginas?
Do?
How many vaginas are in it? Probably
How many
none.
vaginas are
Probably
in it?
0 vaginas.
How many vaginas would you say are in Shrek, though?
Metaphorically, 7.
Like images of a vagina.
Name all of them, please. Now,
when the dragon stands up like that, there's like a quick. You know how Disney likes to put genitals in there? There's a big dragon vagina right underneath it.
I really, really don't think that there is for even 1 millisecond.
Yeah. There's an upskirting of Fiona in the director's cut.
Yeah, I remember that's why Cameron Diaz took on that role, because of the upskirting, because after she couldn't top it after That's So Mary or Something About Mary.
Something About Mary, yeah.
That's so Mary.
Yeah.
That is so Mary.
That's the Swedish title. That's So Mary.
That's So Mary sounds like a teen film based on the Nativity.
Typical Mary, always trying to give birth on Christmas.
Mary. Look, Shrek is a great film. It has a few things that Citizen Kane doesn't have. It has Smash Mouth.
Ogre upskirting.
It has multiple illegal upskirt shots of vaginas.
Yeah.
That didn't need to be there because, lest we forget, they are not real actors.
Yeah. Added nothing to the story.
They were painstakingly created by a team of animators. But I just think on the whole, in 100 years, 200 years, which of these films are people going to be talking about?
See, so I would say I'll make an actual argument. I won't just talk about dragon vaginas. I would say that maybe in like an art craft sense, it's possible. It's possible, not necessarily true, that Citizen Kane is a better film than Shrek. But I would say that what Shrek means to a generation makes it a better film in the way that it connected with more people. Because Shrek no, it's actually a generation just below mine, where it seems to be like a benchmark of joy, and it's one of the most memeable things. People are drawn back to it time and again. It clearly means everything to a generation, whereas I don't think there was any generation that was ruthlessly quoting Citizen Kane. Because art is about connection, and it's about how you interact with it. And I think that while Citizen Kane is like a beautiful thing to look at, there's a humanity and a love and a passion that Shrek created that makes it better art.
I will say, are any of these quotes from Citizen Kane? Quite frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
No.
No.
Yes, it is. Wait, no,
the-
No.
neither of you have seen it. That quote is from Citizen
That
Kane.
is from Casablanca, I
Yep,
believe.
yep,
That
yep,
is
yep.
from.
Hasta la vista, baby. Citizen Kane.
Is that Citizen Kane? Okay.
Where we're
okay,
going,
I
we
like
don't
it.
need roads.
What
Because
Citizen
we have
Kane.
sleds.
What about the sound effects that Michael Wilson does? Are those Citizen Kane as well?
Those are Citizen Kane. Honestly,
those are
watch it.
police-
It's so great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is how good this film is. The quote, "My name is Shrek and this is my partner Donkey," is from Citizen Kane.
That is incredible. That
On
is
the
incredible.
shoulders of
Sean.
giants we stand.
Uh-huh. Look at that
Um,
dragon vagina.
I agree with you to an extent, Chris, but I would also say I agree with you about the dragon vagina, but
Indisputable.
You're
I
supposed to be mortal enemies. You can't agree, Sean.
I love Shrek. Look,
Okay.
we all love Shrek, but the fact is, Shrek 2 is better than Shrek.
And that's how bad Citizen Kane is. It's worse than both Shreks.
Okay. Is it judgment time?
All right, yeah, we'll call it there. I feel like this is getting real passionate.
Oh, I mean, I'm happy to continue as well, but I just realized, I just remembered something that is very good and very
Go on.
bad for Sean.
Oh, yes. All right, then it's judgment time for sure.
Oh, it's going to be
That's,
something really weird. It's going to be something horrible, isn't it?
It's actually something really sweet, but definitely is not to your favor in this argument. So I mean, I'm going to side with, well, okay, I can't say it. I'm not going to say yet, but I will say, Chris, you presented very well thought out arguments. I thought you went in and you brought you found points and facts that you took. Why am I so bad at talking? Basically, I thought Chris's arguments were better. And Sean, you weren't as specific as Chris. Yes, you said you had the fact that Citizen Kane is one of the best films of all time. It changed, redefined the film industry, blah, 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 blah. But you didn't give me any specifics. Granted, I haven't seen Citizen Kane. I have seen Shrek.
Yeah,
and also, though,
it's a better movie.
It's
It
just
is a better
pearls before
movie.
swine. It's just pearls
It's in
before
color.
swine.
it's in color. But also, Sean, the fact that you then agreed with Chris really kind of undermined your own stance on Citizen Kane. And Sean, you at your reception had your wedding cake was Fiona and Donkey. Your wedding
There you
cake
go.
was Fiona and Donkey
Wasn't George Hurst and his sled.
at the
Or
reception.
William
where
Randolph
you-
Hearst.
All right. I mean, there's nothing I can. Hey, can I make another comment about that? My wedding reception, our wedding cakes were Shrek and Donkey. We just thought it would be really funny. We didn't, we just thought, wouldn't it be funny if we just got ourselves made into Shrek and Donkey for our wedding? And then we discovered about 6 months ago, we were drunk, that the cake had gone viral as part of. There's a Twitter account called Cakes with Threatening Auras, where our wedding cake seemed to have gained some sort of godlike status.
Why
What a
do they have?
specific account.
That's so funny.
Mad.
Threatening auras.
Mm.
So the cake maker had captured your kind of threatening spirit in the
Well, I
cake.
don't know. I mean, I guess they just viewed it as such a bizarre thing for a wedding. I think, and we looked at all the comments. We were laughing so much. They just go, "Why the fuck would anyone do this?" And people getting like, "Fucking white people." And I just went to write back, going, "Yeah, we were joking. We knew it was shit. We thought it was funny."
It
You
was-
haven't invented it. You haven't
Excellent.
invented comedy. You fucking twat on
Yeah.
Twitter.
I
Anyway,
like the
fair
commitment of
enough.
getting a laugh with your cake. I think that's great.
Mm,
Thank you.
it was very.
Um,
It was and it was very tasty as well.
Mhm.
Very
Thank
tasty
you.
cakes.
I say thank you. I didn't cook it.
All right.
Look, I accept
Mm,
that I'm wrong here.
mm.
Mhm.
I don't know if that happens a lot, Chris, but I accept that
It's
I'm wrong.
incredibly rare. And